You are welcome to my channel. If you are new, kindly subscribe and press the notification button for onward information. Thank you. There are two critical concepts to consider in this video. 1. Did the alert drop yesterday, and if it did not drop, when is it to be expected? Do pay attention to this audio. Thank you.
Today we will review two critical concepts in the grant ecosystem. The first of it is, did the alert drop yesterday? And the second one is, if it did not drop, when are we expecting it to drop to the commercial bank account? Let's go straight to the first point, which is the alert. If it drops to commercial bank account as of yesterday, the answer is, I will be so blunt in this video. The answer is no, the alert did not drop yesterday. Actually, we saw news circulating in so many social media platforms, different groups, personalities, and names in the grant ecosystem celebrating or creating a seamless, euphoric moment in most of the platforms. But ask yourself, there is no way a grant alert should have dropped in the commercial bank account where you wouldn't have seen Madam Jennifer Isaac coming to dance in excitement, the best religious flavor. Or there's no way the alert should have dropped where you shouldn't have seen Ostaz Dawood coming to take a swipe at the enemy's camp with a share mocking post. Again, you remember the country director said if the alert dropped, it wouldn't even take 24 hours. It will be disbursed to the NGO's account. We did not hear anything from the country's director. There was no feedback message from the official platform of UAAG to the partners. That are all indications that the alert did not drop. This is not aiming at making you to feel sad. I know you would think, we have already said if it did not drop before the 22nd, it will not drop again. No, all hope is not lost. December is still here. We still have 27. Remember, Monday is 25th of December, Tuesday is 26th. There is 27. I will come to that anyway. But at the moment, all what you should know is that all arrangement for the disbursement has been concluded. And as of yesterday, the country director and the rest members of the UAAG management were there at the CBN. But as you already know, yesterday in the north, in a state like Abuja, is always half there. So it might have been two things. We are just trying to be logical here, even though we were not there. Two things might have been involved why the money did not drop, even after the country director have said that they have completed all the documentary requirements that is there needed for the grant to drop. We assume that because of the half nature of work in the north, as of yesterday, the CBN might have closed quite early. And then even when they went there, the process they needed to undergo before they finally get the money approved might have needed almost more than 5 to 6 hours, whereas work closed from 1 o'clock. So those might be some of those salient reasons that might stall the arrangement being concluded as a 22nd of yesterday. Circulations of VNs about money moved from the CBN to commercial bank accounts. And I keep asking myself, through what means? Is it through the bullion vans or through electronic transfer? And the impression is that money is conveyed in a bullion van to commercial banks for disbursement. This is an unusual activity in the banking parlance. You don't expect the CBN to convey raw cash in bullion vans to states or from one CBN office in a given state to a commercial bank branch. No, it's purely out of order or out of place. The usual protocol is that after a grant arrived at a given country, maybe for some reasons it is moved from the NGO account that applied for it to the CBN account, perhaps for investigation. After the completion of this investigation, what the CBN simply does is to transfer the money electronically to a designated commercial bank account, after where the NGO can now take charge of the grant to its own audience of beneficiaries. So the money, when conditions for its transfer is fully completed, will be transferred at that moment to the commercial bank by the CBN electronically, not through bullion vans. So yesterday there was no movement of money to commercial bank. Just ignore that. The projections, what next? I know what you wish to know as a grant subscriber is if this grant is still possible this December. In one social media post, I've seen a subscriber saying, this UAAG grant is, we don't know, we have not seen any document about the grant from the UAAG, we have not seen any templates, we have not seen the CBN making any statements or issuing documents or publications on this grant. Are you sure it is real? There are certain requirements, certain conditions surrounding every activity in the financial institution. Take for example, you are a non-governmental organization that have applied for a grant. It is expected in the first or second phase of this process, before it even gets to the beneficiaries, that you need to fulfill some documental requirements between the banking institution, you, the NGO, and the banking institution, before even thinking of documents that need the attention of the beneficiaries. So why should UAAG or the CBN issue a document at this stage? So the business is between the sourcing organization and the CBN, not the beneficiaries. All the requirements that you see UAAG submitting is purely in full or complete fulfillment of the requirements of the CBN. So you don't expect UAAG to start issuing a disbursement template to the beneficiaries when they have not even completed the documental requirements of the CBN with the CBN. You don't expect the CBN to issue a publication or a document of existence of UAAG grant when UAAG first have not issued such document. That will be abuse of the grant process. So don't think of seeing a template when the UAAG or the UAS or whatever sourcing institution have not gained approval of disbursement of grant in Nigeria. Document and template will come immediately approval is given and the money is released to your organization. Then it now reveals to you how much you, the beneficiary, is entitled to. That will definitely come before disbursement process. What are the projections? Everyone wishes to know if the grant will be disbursed in Christmas. Yes. Is it still possible? Yes. Grant disbursement is possible this December. What are the possible conditions of this? Today is Saturday, Sunday, Monday is 25th, which is Christmas. Tuesday is 26th, Boxing Day. No work, no bank institution operating this period. But on the 27th, which is Wednesday, we expect the resumption of banking institution. And this is where we need to see UAAG and the management approaching the CBN to tender their requirements. Remember, there were certain things that need to be confirmed. They need to sit down and look at if these requirements have been duly completed by the NGO, that's the UAAG. After spending hours to complete these things, they now see if any of these documents is not going in accordance with the requirement. They need to go back and seek to fulfill that requirement. So if they have completed this, going through the scrutiny or the screening of this process from one office to the next, from one CBN official to the next, on complete fulfillment of the requirement or the process, an approval will be given to them. If this is completed on the 27th, alerts will start tickling in. Alert will tickles in from the 27th to the 28th, 29th, depending on if this approval has been given by the CBN. So expect money to be transferred to the commercial account from the 27th onward. What is required, like Apostle Ken said, spend 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the night to pray for those. Someone asks, what should we pray for? Yes, pray that let the people in the office that this approval need to be given to be available at work. Let it not be that they have traveled for Christmas and will return in New Year. If they return by the second week of January, then that means that is where we expect to see a lot. So let your prayer be that the appropriate people, the conditions for the approval, the banking institutions should be receptive to this approach and give the approval needed. Speedy approval. Let the people be at work. The right people should be available on that day. Then it's going to be a euphoric moment where you see Madam Jennifer returning to the scene with a dance of excitement. When you begin to see that day where Ostaz Dawood usher in another firing shot at the enemy, taking a swipe at the enemy's camp as usual with a shame mocking post, know that it has happened. And then you go back to the Telegram platform of the partners of the UAG. When you see a post by Comrade Obinwagbo and Lua is involved as usual, know that the money is already with us. But in all, we have reached a point of no return. For the history of Nigeria, and the first time, we have come to a stage where individuals with compelling profiles in Nigeria are giving approvals for grants to be disbursed. Mind you, when they talk about grants of this caliber, there are shorties that need to sign some documents for you to disburse. For the first time in Nigeria, you are seeing where perhaps the minister or the permanent secretary or the governor of a state have signed a document shortening an organization to disburse grants to Nigeria. No, this has not happened before. This is the first time. So for coming this far to this stage where all these shorties have been given, it means UAAG disbursement is a reality. So it's no more a question on if it's real, if money is there. Everyone have confirmed. Before someone sign a shorty for you, is having gone to where you say what you want to disburse is and confirm the existence of that before shortying you. No one will shorty you in an unexisting money. Who wants to go to jail? So delete the mentality of these people don't have money to disburse. The shorties have seen the money UAAG want to disburse before shortying them. Just prepare your mind that the money is coming very, very sooner than we expect. We have reached a point of no return. I'm always in a receptive mood from the 27th to receive the alert, and I think you are equal in the same mood too. Let's usher in disbursement with the spirit of confidence, certainty, and prayer.